Welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Blades of Exile. So after my exciting victory against the mountain ogres last time, my loot includes another scroll of Firestorm, strong energy potion, and an onyx charm, which provides magic protection. Could be nifty. Also, at some point I picked up a magic great helm. And I went and bought a few more arrows for Chiana. Yeah, every time I start a new recording session, I have to make sure that I'm not missing anything really good in my inventory. Strong energy is going to Zen. I'm really not sure if I'm going to keep this Dust of Hiding or not. But also, since all of my fighter's health is still pretty low, why not spend a night at Purdy's Resort, as opposed to the horrible buck-infested Seaworm Inn? Now, it is more expensive, but probably worth it. You pay the hefty price, and are shown to a neat, private room with a very comfortable bed. Your sleep is deep and restful. Very good. And I also explored the center of the island here, and it really is just a lot of empty space. Seems like kind of a waste. So we've got Muck, and we've got a very large swamp. Possibly even larger than the one at the other end of the island. I will have to explore that swamp more thoroughly. Eventually. I don't want to right now. You reach the aptly named town of Muck, a sickly village on the border of the massive, foul Morrow marsh. Muck's main business is farming alchemical ingredients, which tend to grow in large swamps. It's lucrative work, but dangerous, dirty, exhausting, and disease-ridden. Not surprisingly, the serfs are tired, thin, and dangerously pale. What are these? More punishment cells! Yeah. And yeah, that road leads directly into the swamps. Okay, what's in this building? Herb factory? Dressing chambers. Processor outfitting. This man is unusually brawny for a resident of this sickly village. However, he walks around with his head bowed and his expression servile. I'm Crouch, sir. Well, sir, I'm just working here, keeping things straight. I look after the office here. This is where people come to get outfitted and go out into the swamps. It's tricky maneuvering out there, but we manage. Fortunately, you can ford the rivers out there just where they meet the ocean. Look for where the little islands are. You can walk right across. Helpful information, thank you. Why, yes, sir. Some people think the swamps are a big pit full of diseases, which are killing the townspeople off here faster than anything, so we can go and get herbs for our bosses to sell and get rich. Some people have stated that opinion. I see, I see. Our bosses are awful generous, sir. They give every worker a pair of boots and a pair of gloves. More than enough to handle the diseases of the swamp, I tell you. Cool, cool. I hope the boots are, something like thigh-high waders, at least, and not your standard adventuring boots. Okay, I don't think I can get anything more out of Crouch. Okay, little dressing rooms. There are plenty of boots and gloves here, but I can't take them without being seen as stealing. Jeanette and Volpe, fine alchemical herbs. Is this the Lord Volpe? Living out in little old Muck? On this isle of serfs and rulers, there's no mistaking what side this woman is on. Even shuffling papers around, her face is confident and her moves precise. She smiles professionally, although she's not sure why she's being visited by adventurers. I am Jeanette, head of Jeanette and Volpe Alchemical Products. How may I assist you? Why, I run the most profitable business on Morrow's Isle, though I might add, I owe it all to Lord Volpe. He brought me here when he took control of this isle. He planned to make it incredibly efficient and profitable, and he succeeded. He's my partner, in fact. Yes, like he's the partner in most new businesses on this isle. It's what we owe him for our successes, after all. Perfectly just. Is that smile on her face entirely sincere? Yes. This is totally ethical and not scummy behavior at all. The serfs under my control hunt the swamps for alchemical herbs, bring them here, and clean and bundle them. I find buyers and ship them all over Valorum. It's a wonderful arrangement. For you, I'm sure it is. She shakes her head. Of course, no business is perfect. Being adventurers, I'm sure you have no idea how irritable and obstinate the peasants can be. Still, we have techniques for controlling them. Yeah. Darn those workers. Insisting on things like healthy living quarters and food and such like. Why, that's hardly your worry now, isn't it? She says, smiling sweetly. Okay. So I guess Lord Volpe is not, in fact, here. He just happens to own a significant chunk of the business. Ah, phooey, I broke one of my new lockpicks. Just some valuable herbs, nothing to see here. Okay, I can't actually go all the way around this building. And this building right here seems in significantly worse shape than the rest of them. Keep out. That sign won't stop me because I'm an adventurer. Ah, I need to stop breaking my picks. Those were expensive. Hi? Or I could just leave town. Okay. Do I want to know why there's a building full of swamp folk here? There we go. Well, there is holly in here, so one could suggest that they're using swamp folk to gather the herbs, but considering how poorly the swamp folk tend to get along with humans, are they synthesizing herbs from them somehow? So yeah, the swamp folk in there just happen to spontaneously combust. Yes, that's it. Totally nothing to do with me. Temple. The town priest and healer greets you with a wide smile and open arms. Of course, you can't entirely ignore the huge mace hanging at his belt. Or the evil priest graphic used for his portrait. I am Laserson, priest of Muck. I am the town healer. Unfortunately, there is a serious need for my services. Sometimes I must act as a priest as well. I can buy healing from him. Cool. Most of the people here work in the swamp. It's a dangerous place, rife with disease and monsters. Still, they bear up to the challenge well. Come to think of it, I know some recipes using the herbs they recover, if you're interested. Sure. I imagine I already know some of these, and prices are expensive, which I don't like. I know that one. I know that one. I know medium poison. I know medium healing. Sure, I'll buy strong curing, why not? He pats the mace at his side. Sometimes I must go out with the soldiers and fight against rebel raiders. The rebels are cruel, but with courage, we will defeat them. Well, okay then. And there is nothing special about this altar. This woman can barely keep upright in her seat. Her face is almost green, and she coughs constantly. She has the calluses and muscles of a laborer. She must have been working in the swamps. She is shaken by a long, ragged coughing fit. She eventually manages to say, "I'm Hilty. I work in the swamps. When I'm capable. I hope I'm recovered soon. Tell Jeanette not to fire me. Ask her about me. She knows I'm a fine worker. I'll be back out soon. I'll make my quota. Jeanette's in charge, and her quotas for us are tough. I'll make mine yet." She suddenly looks terrified. "I don't want to go in the cells." The mere mention of the cells fills her with terror. "I'll be good. I'll make quota. I promise." She lowers her eyes. "I hope you don't mind me complaining, but I don't like working in the swamps. It's hard to stay well out there." I imagine it is. I was going to say, something feels off about the shape of this. Brosterman? Wait, I thought Brosterman was the previous lord who was gone. You find a weary old man sitting slumped over in a crude wooden chair. His clothes were once luxurious and expensive, but he's been wearing them for a long time. He watches you nervously when you enter. Have I just done a sequence break here? He stands and bows to you. "I am Lord Brosterman." He sighs and shakes his head slowly. "I was the administrator of this isle, before Lord Volpe. I have many regrets. This island was recently settled, and like most new settlements, it was set up as a feudal state, which I was to rule. It's a hard life for the people, but, and this I swear, it was meant to be temporary. I swear it, only temporary. This island is too rich for the people to not be able to work it freely. They would no longer be serfs, but for Lord Volpe." Ah yes, corrupt Lord Volpe, the reason I am here in hiding. He saw this rich isle, and decided its wealth would best be used to enrich him and his cronies. Where have we heard that before? Back in the capital, he convinced them to let him take my place. And thus I hide here. He fattens himself, and the people suffer. I hope he suffers some dark fate. It is not kind of me to wish it, but I do nonetheless. Relatable. I will be moving soon. Volpe would love to capture me, and give me a harsh punishment for my words against him. Feudal states are harsh, but efficient. Fortunately, feudal states are an anachronism in most of the Empire. Yeah, what the heck. Search the dresser! Pants, gauntlets, robes, and a shield. None of which I will be taking. Locked door, and a locked door. Herb processing. The smell of freshly cut and cleaned herbs is overpowering in here. Alchemical ingredients freshly recovered from the swamp are brought here to be sorted, treated, and packaged for sale to alchemists. Tired, pale serfs with stone knives are processing the herbs at a hectic pace. They're working as fast as they can, as if they were afraid of being punished for slow performance. They probably would be. Also, stone knives? Yeah, I know those are cheap, but it seems like good metal knives would be much more effective and need replacing less often. And of course they are far too busy to speak with me. Empire Barracks. Hello. One sleepy soldier. And one O'Grady. Come back to him in a sec. The considerably dirtier building, of course, is the Serf Barracks. Also, is this the only Serf Barracks for the entire town? That's so small. There is an enormous man sitting behind the desk, signing orders and looking over troop reports. He is wearing the armor of an Empire Dervish, the highest honor the Empire can bestow on one of its soldiers. He looks up at you, unconvinced that you're worth his time. I'm Dervish O'Grady. I'm the commander for Muck. Can I help you? I watch over the serfs of this town and keep them as safe as I can. He looks uncomfortable. This town has a good number of serfs working in it. I'm supposed to keep them safe from the threats of the swamp. There's no shortage of monsters about, always hunting for our townsfolk. Giant slugs, spore beasts, ogres. Nothing they'd like better than eating some of our townsfolk, so we keep them away. Well, things like giant slugs, spore beasts, and swamp folk I could say are just defending their own territory. But yeah, the ogres are totally hunting for humans. I am happy to have helped get rid of some of those. So, how about dem rebels, eh? When you say the password, O'Grady looks around to make sure nobody is listening in. Oh, it's you. They tell me you want to join the Hill Runners. I'm supposed to guide you through your next test. Oh, another test? You need to get a box in Salathny and deliver it to the city of Zaskiva. To get the box, go to Eleanor in Salathny and say Sainthood. Then go to Zaskiva. Zaskiva is restricted, but we'll see that you can get there. Once there, search the city for a marble statue. Put the box in the niche in the wall behind the statue. He gives you a paper reviewing this. Once again, I am glad that I have a paper with instructions, so I don't have to worry about forgetting this. And because I am tired of breaking my fine lockpicks... Aw, really? Okay, so we've got some living quarters. Significantly nicer living quarters than the peasant barracks. And it looks like I am going to have to go around to the other side to investigate the rest of this building. The floor stones in the doorway look a little bit loose. Could be shoddy construction. Could also be a trap. Yep, could be a garnet. Disarm failed, an alarm goes off. Oh darn. Well, I could potentially steal a shield. Gold, scroll, potion, etc. Scroll of poison is not very impressive. And the shield is cursed. That was entirely not worth it. Well, aren't you just a conspicuously open space? With a nice potted plant. And some guy. That's funny. This shop is hidden. You wonder what the small, shifty-looking man sitting here is selling. I'm Drex. Hi. Well, we have poison, tools, and light sources. And we have other services as well. I can identify items, and you can sell me stuff too. Ooh, cool. He looks over your stuff and makes an offer for each identified item. Not surprisingly, he doesn't seem too picky about where you got the stuff from. Good man. I should maybe just sell that large shield, because basic large shields are encumbering enough that I kinda don't like using them. Oh, I have to select between poison, tools, or light sources. So again, boots, poisons, ruby, more fine lockpicks at exorbitant prices. Light sources include basic candle or a lamp, none of which I need. And tools puts me right back to the same screen as when I was shopping for poison. Okay, so I do need to make my way back to Salathny. But first, exploring God-awful swamp. Ford! This place is huge. And I'm not going to bother curing poison while I'm still tromping through the swamp. This does kind of make me wish for the safe passage spell from Avernum. You notice some unusual plants growing at the base of this large boulder. You look closer. They're alchemical ingredients. I get some mandrake root. Which I am totally going to use someday. Yeah, I had no memory of this swamp being so very large. Also, it looks like I am on the other side of that bridge. Hee hee hee. I am very sneaky. And, after walking through swamp, very smelly. Don't you love these quirky little areas that look like they should hold something but don't? You encounter a band of Empire soldiers camped alongside the road. They're a pretty rough, unshaven bunch. They've been out here for a while. When you get close, they come out and block the road. Their captain says, "Sorry, this area is restricted now. It's a 10 gold toll to pass. Let's have it." As he says it, his troops snicker behind him. I see. Not today, sir. You refuse to pay and turn away. The guard's harsh laughter follows you as you leave. What's this then? Zaskiva Ferry. Okay. Oh, I didn't think this would hold something, but actually it does. You stumble across a pitiful campsite, occupied by a single ragged outcast. Or hermit. Or brigand. You aren't sure. He sure is a mess, though. When he sees you aren't going to butcher him, he scuttles up to you. "Welcome to my humble camp," he rasps. "I am Bartholomew, a traveler down on his luck. I would offer to share my food, but I have no food to give. I have something else, though." Taking the bait, you ask what he has. He removes a small, wooden wand from his rags. "This is my only possession, but a valuable item it is. It's a wand of massive, searing fireballs. It can be yours for only 500 gold. Have pity on me, please. I am poor, bereft of all help. Will you not buy this wand, so I may get a roof over my head?" You examine the wand. It's hot to the touch. Clearly magical. Still, this guy might be a con artist. Do you buy it? I can't afford it. Ecstatic, the man takes your money and runs off through the woods, giving you the wand first, of course. The wand is a beautiful piece of finely carved wood. You hope it's worth what you paid. Not actually identified. And now I explore more of Northern Morrow's Isle because I can. With all the political chaos and random patrols roving everywhere, it's only natural that some of the few monsters left in Valorum would gravitate here. One of them has just ambushed you, hoping for an easy and large meal. Oh no, it's a Gorgon. It's only one, though. Where are you? There you are. And now you are not. Oh, no loot? That's a shame. How best to get over there? You find a motley network of abandoned log buildings. This used to be a lumberyard. Trees were cut down, shaped into rough planks, and carted out on rough, rutted roads. It's abandoned now, and not under peaceful circumstances. You find broken arrows, shattered windows, and even a few bloodstains. Being adventurers, you look around a little bit for loot. most of what's left is junk. You do find a reasonably nice axe buried in a tree behind the mess hall. Free axe. At the far end of this peninsula, you see a small, walled community of stone and wood buildings, surrounded by fairly healthy-looking, quite well-armed townfolk. A sign reads, Thalia Colony. Strife will not be tolerated. Before you even get close, a band of soldiers materializes out of the brush around you. Their blades are out. One of them says, Hold on there, visitors. Strangers are welcome here, but you leave your fightin' ways out there. We'll have none of that rebel nonsense here. Agreed? Agreed. You are shown into Thalia Colony, where people warily greet you and ask of goings-on in the rest of the Isle. This colony was formed by people sickened by the Empire's constant, bloody fighting with the rebels. They came here to try to avoid the strife, and one person says to you, over mugs of homebrewed ale, You'd be best not getting involved in any of that. There's no white and black hats, just butchers. If I were you, I'd leave this place. After a while, once you've both traded all of your information, the people start dropping hints that maybe you'd be happier moving on. Before you go, they ask if you'd like to barter for some trade goods. Would you? Let's see what they got. Comment, okay. Some bucklers. Magic buckler would be good if I could afford it, because again, prices are exorbitant. So yeah, a range of shields from crappy to actually sort of good. I feel like Jeff is being very generous in this scenario in some ways. Your woodsman skill comes in handy. You see a narrow, windy path leading through the woods to the east. What luck! In this isolated glade, you find a patch of valuable alchemical ingredients. Ember flowers. Useful if I ever need to make resurrection balm. Not that I remotely have a way of learning that right now. And can I penetrate this grove of trees? Even more valuable alchemical ingredients. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Ooh, grey mold. Yet a third patch. And this seems to be yet another big chunk of map with probably not a lot interesting in it. I don't know, maybe I'll find some more ogres or something. Maybe I'll find this. If you hadn't found that peculiar first stone at the east end of the island, you wouldn't have known to keep an eye open for the peculiar markers. You find another one in this grove. The marker is carved from granite. When you scrape off the moss, you reveal the words carved into its side. Second stone. Okay, I have no idea what those two stones are about. Beware, this area is uncontrolled. Travel with extreme caution. Okay, this is the same mountain range, although on the other side of the river that the ogres were in. How nice! Some alchemical herbs are growing on the riverbank, just waiting to be taken. Joy. Someday I'll even have recipes worth making with them. Okay, before before wasting a lot of time looking for secret passages, let's take the obvious not-secret passage. This path up into the mountains is lined with white gravel. It's broken up pieces of what looks like marble, broken into thumb-sized pieces. Someone has been doing some peculiar, rustic landscaping. At the high end of the path, you find a low, dark cave entrance. The white gravel is piled much higher here, in some places coming up to your waist. Why do I smell basilisk or possibly gorgon? You work your way slowly into the cave. Rounding a corner in the passage, you come upon an incredibly lifelike statue of a human male. Someone or something has been gnawing away at it. Large chunks have been broken off, and there are scrapes around the broken bits that look like they were made by claws. You suddenly realize that the statue is made of the same material as the gravel. By the time you realize where the statue came from, the basilisks have already found you. Aha. Well, there's only 2 of them. Let's bless everyone. And what shall I do? Oh no, they can see me through the webs. Well, that was easy. The basilisk's lair is now yours to loot. You dive in with enthusiasm. There's a wide variety of coins and trinkets waiting for you in the back of the cave. Hooray! Most of the weaponry and armor taken off the lizard's victims, mainly Empire patrols, have been eaten by the peculiar creatures. One small sword, however, was not of interest to them. So they eat stone and metal, a high mineral diet, I guess. I would think it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to leave this much of the mountain empty, but considering how much of the surrounding landscape is basically empty, maybe that's par for the course. Go away, ogres. And you and your toll for the road can suck it! Beware areas uncontrolled, travel with caution. Hello? Intrigued by this strange, semicircular rock formation, you walk in to investigate. Soon, however, you find yourself on a path with high outcroppings on all sides. It's a perfect location for an ambush. As you turn back to get to more secure ground, you realize you're being watched. Empire soldiers have moved from concealment above you, surrounding you. Their weapons are out. For a moment, you think they're about to attack. As you prepare a defense, however, their leader, a massive Empire dervish, salutes to you. How odd. He must recognize you from somewhere. He makes a sharp, chopping hand signal, and the soldiers disappear into the rubble. What a lucky break. Word that you're supposed to be working for the Empire must have gotten around somehow. Surely that's not O'Grady on a patrol outside of Muck. Also, I wonder if there's different results with that encounter, depending on your actions later in the scenario. Do I really want to explore the rest of that? I may just speed through it, or edit out everything but any interesting bits that I happen to come across. Well, here's a special dot. You come across a large hut. It's about 2 stories high, and in good condition. You would think that it would be very difficult to eke out a living here in the middle of this enormous swamp, but someone is managing. I mean, it's fine as long as you don't actually move around too much. As you get closer, you can see that an old woman is standing at the front door of the hut. She seems to be smiling and eagerly gesturing for you to approach her. We always peacefully approach smiling old women in huts. You walk towards the nice-looking old lady. As you get closer, you notice she's wearing a necklace. As you get even closer, you see that the necklace is decorated with bones. You also notice that the woman has fangs. You think twice about approaching and turn around. Unfortunately, you notice that several more old women are standing behind you, accompanied by their large reptilian pet. It looks like they're intent on cooking and eating you. Bad news. 5 witches and a hydra. Oh, that's unusual. Okay, this might suck a little bit. So I see your hydra, and raise you a searing one. Ah, come on, Hydra. You can do better than that. My Hydra, not their Hydra. Dang, that's a tough Hydra. Sorry, Dargo, but you can take it. Rigel manages to kill a Hydra. Good job. Leather Great Helm's a bit crap. Axe is probably not that much better. The witch is dead. You look for their hut, only to realize it's disappeared. You wander around the marshes for hours, but can't find their intriguing hovel. The only interesting thing you manage to recover is a small bone necklace one of the witches was wearing. Great. Probably a fang necklace. Looks like a small and inaccessible island there. Well, that was overall a disappointment. Let's see what exciting loot I've gotten today. And how your rates of identification compare. Ooh, you are actually cheaper than the guy in Salathny. Wand of Flame. Aww. That's lousy. Ivory Charm, in fact. You do something, but I don't remember what. Oh, right. The Onyx Charm gives magic resistance, and the Ivory Charm gives more defense. You might go on a mage. Iron Axe is okay. Bolt Blade, what? Where did I get that? It has the ability Flame, but I think is not actually... Yeah, it's not a flaming weapon. It can just cast flame, which is not great, but I should be able to sell it for a decent amount. I could also sell some of these alchemical ingredients for a fair bit. Well, the Wand of Flame at least sells for about half of what I paid for it. That's fairly standard. Okay, not a complete bust, but definitely need to do some rest and recovery. So, I will make my way back to Salathny and meet you there next episode. Until then, have a good one and take care, everybody.